Hey everyone. In my last vid, I called out somebody by the name of Professor Dave from his channel, Professor Dave Explains, for not being willing to answer my questions regarding vaccines, specifically the COVID vaccine. At the end, I said that I would list my other general questions that I never got answered regarding COVID. Yes, I am hard on the people who fancy themselves as science experts, mainly because of the authoritarian messaging that they put out there during the COVID scamdemic. It went against the exact thing that they were trying to promote, which is skepticism and critical thinking, which is what science is based on. Remember when science used to be about making observations, asking questions, testing things, and following the evidence? Well, that all went away during the scamdemic thanks to people like Professor Dave and most liberals who told us to get this vaccine or you're a horrible person and you gotta risk the consequences. What gets me is that those people still will not admit that they fell hook, line, and sinker for all of the lies, deceit, and propaganda put out by the US government during that time. And in a lot of ways, we're still seeing the effects of that today. Science experts sit up on their thrones within the safe confines of their echo chambers and say whatever they want to because they can. Because this is a free country, right? With that being said, they make the biggest, boldest claims to the applause of their audience with no pushback. They promote scientism and radical left ideology that is highly questionable. In any case, I have 13 additional questions from the COVID era that remain unanswered. Now, if there are any former or current covidians or science experts out there who want to school me on this stuff, then great. Have at it. Put it in a comment or reach out to me directly at the email address given in the description. But don't waste your time talking about anything other than the issue at hand. Answer the questions. Here we go. Number 1. I want to know whatever happened to 2 weeks to control the spread. Why did it turn into 3 years to control the spread? Didn't any one of those immoral, unmitigated, unconstitutional, tyrannical, nonsensical COVID measures work, especially in the liberal-run cities? Number 2. Regarding social distancing, did the virus become inactive only during the times when we were at home and around our immediate family members? How did the virus know when it was time to infect us when we were not at home and around our family members? Number 3. During the height of COVID, we were allowed to take off our masks while eating, sleeping, and playing contact sports such as football. Regarding the sleeping, was the virus not active between the times of 10 p.m. and 6 a.m.? Regarding the curfews that were put into place in the early days, was the virus not active during the day when there are more people out and about, but it came out at night? I never understood that. Number 4. If the air that we breathe is so dangerous, and it was so dangerous to be around other people who were mask-free and vaccine-free during that time, then why haven't we been needing to walk around in PPE since the beginning of mankind? Number 5. If the covidians were so scared of coming down with this mystery virus that has never been isolated, even to this day, then why didn't those people just stay home and leave the rest of us pure healthy people alone? Number 6. Why did the covidians, in all of their lectures to us about face diaper wearing, never mention the fact that those disposable face coverings are only intended for single use, worn correctly by healthcare practitioners, and only for a few specific actions such as performing surgery? Number 7, why were family-run and small businesses ordered to close in the year 2020, but big businesses were allowed to rope in record profits? Number 8, why did we call it COVID when it was the same thing as the common cold, flu, and sore throat? Did we as a society ever reach herd immunity, with so many people around the world choosing not to get the jab? And if we didn't, people like me, why haven't we all been getting sick and dying? Number 9, how many times did the CDC and WHO have to change and update their guidance before you started to realize that they had no idea what they were talking about? Number 10, coercion, tyrannical measures, and discriminatory tactics have never been the answer to health solutions. Not once. Why do you think there is little to no trust in mainstream medicine anymore? Number 11, no person who supported the COVID agenda knew or was brave enough to admit that that word mandate carried no legal weight and that the government changed the meaning of the word on the fly so they would not have to say illegal, unenforceable measure. Can any one of those COVID freaks give me the literal definition of the word mandate? Number 12. Where did all of those so-called scientists and public health experts come from when they suddenly burst onto the scene in the year 2020? Where were they prior to that year, and where have they been since? Number 13, last but not least. Do the pro-maskers and pro-vaxxers and anyone who supported the COVID scam have any regrets about how they treated their fellow human beings and family members during that time? There you have it. Those are the rest of my questions that have never been answered and probably never will. Maybe someday when we look back on that time, enough people will come to see how silly they looked, falling for all of the hogwash, and how they treated everyone around them. Maybe the science will change again. Maybe it won't. It's up to the government to decide if the science will change again or not, right? So if it sounds stupid, it probably is. We know that the government has to be involved. Stay tuned for more upcoming vids on my channel, where I will continue to update all of you on our progress where we build a parallel society in air travel. Because here, we take action. We don't spread awareness.